Good morning, guys. Good morning. And I want to welcome you to Sing Live TV. And that would be Shonda Inspires Nations to Grow. And so, for those of you who always turn this on, because you know that I absolutely love you. Now, for those of you who may be new to the channel, do me one quick old favor. I promise it will not take long. I want you to subscribe and click the bell so that you can stay connected with me and so that we can spread love throughout this whole universe. I'm so excited about what this channel is doing. Well, listen, guys, I know that I told you that I would be back in two, and this is two. Today it's two. And so I want to thank you for riding with me no matter what. This week is Independence Week, and so I wanted to dress the part for you guys because I love you. So, I had to represent with red, white, and blue today. Well, I want to get into what I want to talk to you guys about. And today I want to talk about the importance of having a good mental diet. A good mental diet. So, the mental diet. Now, in most cases, when we think about the word diet, the first thing that comes to mind is food. The second thing that comes to mind is restriction. The third thing that may come to mind would be probably exercise and then a lifestyle change. How am I going to do this? Like today, I mean, my hair's dirty today because I made a lifestyle change, and I know that in order for me to live my best life, I have to have a balanced life that consists of good nutrition, water, and exercise. There's just no way around it. There's no way around it, and it's good. It is all good. So it's the same thought process when it comes to a good mental diet. Somebody once told me that if you look at the word, I think it was a speaker, diet, if you drop the T off of the back of the word diet, it's die. So, I know that death is only the beginning. It's like a transition. And even though some people may think of a diet as death, it just depends on what type of diet that you're on, because I feel that a healthy diet has a great balance of all of the good things that you can imagine when it comes to a colorful palette of food, a healthy lifestyle, doing new things, and just the whole spread is just so colorful that there's really no restriction at all. But it is a part of us that has to change. So it's kind of, you have to experience like this transition, or you would say like a death of your old way of doing things into a new way of doing things. So just like the body can't live without food, without water, without oxygen, and even in some cases without love, we will never be able to create the lifestyle or that we have, or live the life that we feel that we deserve without a good mental diet. And so a good mental diet consists of good inner dialogue, good inner conversations. I always say this. I've researched this, I've read this, I've gleaned from master teachers, and your thoughts are things. Regardless to if we realize it or not, our thoughts are always things. So whatever we think about, we're always creating it in our life. Thoughts are random and they come and they go. And when we don't discipline our mind, and when we don't renew our mind, and we don't put in the repetitious action to implant good thoughts inside of it, then what we get is just a bunch of things that we did not ask for. And so we wonder why we become, in the grind of this mindless repetition of just pure despair and things that we do not want. So, a part of employing a good mental diet would consist of good inner conversations. And so I want to give you some tools that you can implement into your life to make sure that you are changing your diet mentally so that you will reap all of the benefits that you are entitled to, because you are a child of the divine. And I know we've been told through various sources that, oh, we're not worthy, we should be lucky. No, it's not that way at all. We are worthy and we are entitled to have the best life. So whoever put that out there, I just bind it, because it's pure foolishness. We are here to create the life that we desire. We are a direct reflection of the infinite intelligent God that created us all, and he was a creator, and we were put here to create. And when we create, we change lives. That's the purpose of all of our lives. We create in different areas, but we're here to do that. So I want to make sure that on this channel that we talk about things that will help you live your best life. So that consists of having a good mental diet. The first thing I want you to do is just write down some thoughts that you hear a lot that randomly pop up in your head. I don't want you to police them. I want you to be 100% honest with yourself. What do you hear when you're alone? What do you hear when you're stressed? What do you hear when things are going good? What do you hear when things are not going good? These thoughts create things. So that's the first thing I want you to do. The second thing I want you to do is just examine your life. What do you feel about your life? What do you sincerely feel about it? What do you think about your life? And then I want you to write down, like, what do you really think about yourself? I hear people say things like, I'm not smart enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not thin enough, I'm not pretty enough, I don't even know enough people, things don't work out for me, I always have a bad life. All I ever saw growing up was this, and all I ever seen growing up with that. And just some people are just so lucky. Some people just have, that right there is poison. That right there, you may as well go on and just drink a cup of the most poisonous substance that you could possibly wrap your hands around with thoughts like that. Those thoughts will create that reality in your life. So I'm here to shake it up and to get you on the right path of a good mental diet. So I want you to think about or write down what you think about yourself. Really, for real, for real. What do you think about yourself? I want you to write down, what do you think about your parents? Really, for real, for real. What do you think about the family that you came from? I want you to write that down. I want you to write down, what do you think about your children, if you have them? What do you think about men, if you're a woman? And if you're a woman, a man, what do you think about women? Or just, it doesn't matter, just period. What do you think about men? What are your thoughts about women? Do you feel women are just, tricks and money gold diggers? Or do you think the women are good, virtuous, and they expand your life? Do you think men are just, just whoremongers and they just run around here just misusing people, and they just got different females in different zip codes? What are your thoughts about men, and what are your thoughts about women? And I want you to write that down, and then I want you to look at your life, and then I want you to just admit that what you think is what showed up for you. Then I want you to write down, what do you think about your lifestyle currently? What do you think about your future currently? And what do you think about your money? What is your relationship with your pocketbook? What is your relationship with your money? And that's a whole nother topic that I'm going to be discussing. But what is that? And as you begin to examine that, then you will see your thoughts, because your thoughts will show up when you do this list and you write this down. And what I want you to do is just be mindful of the inner dialogue that you have with yourself, because you are your own best friend, and you are your best cheerleader, and you are going to be with you to the end. Things can come and go, but the divine and you will be together until the end. The infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind needs to understand and to feel the love coming for you. And I want to end this, with something that Neville said. But before I go into what he said, I want you to think about the one thing that you struggle with the most, because that's attached to a poor diet mentally. And as you think about that thing, I want you to think about how it makes you feel, what your thoughts are, and who is attached to your brokenness. Who is attached to your brokenness? Because if you sit back and you think about what hurts you the worst, what you struggle with the most, you will see that it is inside of you and it's highly fractured. And you will see that it is an extension somewhere that's connected to that brokenness in your life. It's someone or something that's connected to that thing that you struggle with the most. And I want to deposit this good thing right now into your life mentally, a part of your mental diet today. I'm going to give you a free treatment. I want you to think about what that is that hurts you the most, who is attached to that pain. And I want you to touch your heart. And I want you to breathe in right now through your nose and out through your nose. I want you to breathe in love and kindness and breathe out the fear and the stress and anxiety. And I want you to feel the love that you have just generated in yourself. And I want you to send that love to that fractured part of you, because that love is God. And while you're sending that love to that broken part of yourself, mentally, I want you to send love to the person that stimulates, that triggers that hurt in you, and that's attached to that hurt. I want you to send love in that direction right now. Love covers a multitude of brokenness. And every time you think about that one thing that you struggle the most with, I want you to give love from the divine, and I want you to funnel it down to yourself and allow it to flow to whoever's attached to it. And as you begin to do this activity, you will have more power than you could ever imagine, and things will begin to significantly shift and turn around for your good, because you are worthy of love. You are worthy to break that stronghold off of your life. You send love to it and whoever's attached to it, and you speak love to that. And you speak love to that direction that's attached to that. And I can assure you that this one activity of conscious thinking and conscious connection with the divine into yourself, out to that other person or situation, will significantly change your life. You'll see a shift. That is a part of a good mental diet and good mental practices. And so it is. And I want to go ahead and just read something from Neville. He says that talking to oneself is a habit everyone indulges in. And we could no more stop talking to ourselves than we could stop eating and drinking. And all that we can do is control the nature and the directions of our inner conversations. I want you to think about your inner conversations today. I want you to think about your inner conversation going forward. And I want you to speak life, into your mental diet, and you can have it all. It is done. It is done. It is done. And I want you to subscribe and click the bell so we can keep our diet straight up on point and clean mentally. Do it with me. Hey, I'll see you real soon. Bye now.